So, good morning. It's a cloudy yet lovely day in Vancouver. It's overcast. Anyway, I'm not a weather reporter. I don't know why I'm doing that. Probably because I'm nervous. But here we go. This morning I was doing some thinking, and one of the big projects besides these video blogs that I've been developing is more driven towards my personal growth rather than a life project, if that makes sense. And I recently realized that I've been pretending that I can achieve perfection in my life. It's impacted my relationships, my job, my business, my family, my goals in life, my physical body, my heart set, my mindset. It's really impacted every area of my life. And finally seeing that has been very freeing. And I feel completely different. But part of my self-reflection was to figure out where in my life this memory came from and completing that area of my life. And I wanted to share it. So I was in, I believe it was grade 7, Miss Bowerman's class. And I befriended these two girls in my class. And we'd gotten quite close over the course of the year, pardon me. And we're calling each other, best friends like kids do. And I remember one lunch hour walking in to our classroom, and they had put a picture of me on the whiteboard. Big curly hair, overly curly in the picture obviously, large head, giant forehead, giant nose, a nice hairy mole on my cheek, my usual sweatshirt and jeans, a big smelly turd right next to me as if I had smelled like that, braces, and every cruel thing that a kid could draw on the board. And instead of brushing that off and taking all those childhood stories that I heard as a kid, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me, or pictures on a whiteboard, I let it hurt me and pretended from that moment on that I would be perfect, and I would not let anybody see my imperfections. And so since grade 7, that's how I've ruled my life. And bodybuilding, I spoke about it in my last video. Bodybuilding was an outlet for that. So was my office job that I worked at for 5 to 10 years in any office job that I worked at. And the biggest one where I really saw it lately was in my last relationship. I was trying to be the perfect person in my relationship, to be a perfect partner, to and also seeking perfection in my partner, and having these unfair and unreasonable expectations for him and for me that were never attainable. And it cost me my relationship. It cost me, if that makes any sense. I wasn't being authentic to who I am. I was trying to fake and project and build this persona on top of who I truly am. I couldn't even fold a towel without it being perfect and laid out straight so that anybody that came into our home would see these perfect, straight, well-folded towels. Who cares? But I did. I did because that's who I was creating myself to be. And I also did it, in my business. I had to have everything a specific way, and I wouldn't send things out until they were absolutely perfect, and then when they were not perfect, they would come back, and I would either be offended or take it out on myself, and then I'm a victim. Yet all of these things were all choices that I was making. I was choosing to be this person, and in my relationship I was choosing to be this Barbie doll 50s wife, and never doing what I wanted to do. And I spent so long and so many relationships and so many situations blaming other people because that was easy. Until recently, I went to this course, the Landmark Forum, and I'm going to talk about it a lot because of the power that it had over me, and completing my past and looking at these areas that I run these stories in my head instead of sticking to what actually happened. And all of that happened in grade 7 on a whiteboard that could have been erased, and those people probably forgot about it. But I clung to that for the rest of my life. And now, seeing that, I've created the possibility of being honest with myself. Before I go in and do something, I'm thinking, okay, is this really what I want to do? Or, I've completed this. Is it done? Yeah. Is it perfect? Not necessarily. And that's created for me a lot of freedom. And it also makes me really proud. I'm open to love. I know that barrier that I put up in grade 7 blocked me from truly feeling loved. And I really saw that with my last partner. And I also really see that with things like my parents. I was so busy, again, trying to tell them all the things that they were doing wrong and all the things that I was doing wrong, and I was being a terrible kid and they were being terrible parents. And we never had authentic, true love. There was never space for it because I was so busy trying to find everything right or wrong with the situation. And now facing that and completing it, I can be in that moment with them. My grandma passed away recently, my mom's mom. And I did the Landmark Forum right before she had gone into the hospital. And I went in to see her. And instead of being caught up in the story of why our family fell apart and what she did wrong and what I did wrong, I was there. I was truly there with her. And all that was in that room was love. And, I can keep giving you situations and instances that this realization has really impacted my life. But the biggest one that I am most focused on right now, I'm focused on every area, but the biggest one for me right now is being open and loving to myself and honest. And because I always, even with counseling, was trying to seek this perfect and well-developed and self-helped person, now there's no roof. I love myself for how far I've come today, for the person I have yet to be and the person that I was. I love myself for who I am. I might not be where I want to be, but I'm content with where I am and where I'm going. For the first time in my life, I have self-worth. I'm enough. I am enough. And the possibility that I'm creating for myself is open, honest love for myself, for others, and cherishing every stumble, every challenge, every roller coaster, and loving it for whatever it teaches me, whatever it is, whoever it brings me, to be present and to truly appreciate all of life's positives, negatives, flaws, characteristics, just to appreciate it all. I'm excited. I'm really excited for this journey, and I've never felt like that before because I was too fogged and bogged by my brain. And I'm free. God never gives you a challenge He thinks you can't conquer. He gives us things that are going to shape us and mold us and help us become the people that we seek or who He wants us to be. I mean, He, she, whatever you believe in, the universe. So I'm not sure what it is in your life that you're dealing with. You know, for me it was perfectionism. And maybe there's a characteristic in you. Usually what we see in other people, the negatives, is what we're actually reflecting out to the universe. So maybe you're annoyed that someone's not doing all the things you want them to do, isn't living up to your expectations. Or maybe someone's late all the time or bails on plans. A place to start dealing with those things isn't by dealing with other people. It's by taking that inward path and seeing where those areas in your life are bringing up those things. Where are you projecting those things out to the world? What example are you setting? So next time you go to chew off your partner's head or get upset at your child or cross your arms and stomp your feet at your best friend, whatever you're going to react with, just take a look at it. Take a look at those issues that you have with other people. Because as a matter of fact, they come from somewhere. And that somewhere is in someone other than yourself. Have a great day.